Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. All right, guys, I'm back with a update. Shout out to our girl Marnique for keeping us in the loop. Now, you guys know that initially I told you all that Ye was having a listening party in Tokyo, Japan. Now, it seems as though Ye is doing everything but taking care of his mental health. And I'm going to say that unapologetically because I do believe that Ye needs to take care of his physical so that he can be better at his, passion projects, his music. However, Ye is definitely having the listening party in Tokyo, Japan. I don't know how the reception is going to go towards this because I do know that in the past, Ye said a lot of stuff. He went to Tokyo, Japan. He went to China and he was still able to pull it off. But I do believe that after a period of time of him doing the same things repeatedly, and I'm talking about the negative things repeatedly, it's going to become like overbearing to a lot of people. And even if they want to support him, they may say, you know what? I do believe that you should take a step back and take care of yourself. I do believe that as we can see, definitely the culture there is different and there isn't so much of a cancel culture. But at the same time, you cannot just be going about saying anything about anyone and not be held accountable. While they may not cancel you from stadiums, venues, etc., etc., people may want to take a step back. Make no mistakes. Ye's music is good, especially as it relates to his most recent album, Bully. It has some fine tuning to be done to it, and I'm learning that they're gonna work on fine tuning his Bully album and then do a official launch. But as such, he's gonna keep moving on. He's keeping himself busy with his vultures, with his bully, sorry, not vultures. It's not vultures this time around. It is bully. He's gonna have his bully listening party in Tokyo, Japan. And it seems, based on what I'm seeing, it's gonna be more than one venue. But for now, one or two has been announced. I'm gonna put it up on the screen there so that you guys can see. I'm gonna keep you guys posted and let you guys know if anything changes. And if so, what changes? If the listening party happens and what the turnout was like, because you guys know that I'm always keeping you up to date on these things. Now, a lot of people may say, you know what? Ye is entitled to do his music. Yes, no one, I've never heard anyone saying that he's not entitled to do his music. I've heard people saying that they're disappointed in him and they believe that he should focus on his mental health. And you know that a lot of people have stopped listening to him ever since that I'm gonna go DEF CON and Jewish people. And when he comes back and he consistently talks about, Jewish people in that negative stance, naturally, people are going to cut ties with him because at the end of the day, you cannot tell people how to feel when their feelings have been hurt. As I've said, he is going to say a lot of repulsive things and you have to understand that people will feel hurt. I can see on both sides of this. And if people want to boycott Ye, I believe it is their right to do so because I don't think that something should be upsetting to you, but then you're forced to digest it. If it's not palatable for you, it's just not palatable for you. So I would say to anyone out there, if you feel like, irrespective of all the horrible things that Ye has said, and if you feel like this is not, the journey that you want to go on with Ye on, it is your decision. Let no one, absolutely no one, bully you from taking a stance against what you're seeing. And at the same time, many people may say Ye hasn't committed a crime, he hasn't killed anyone, and I'm gonna say to you, okay, that's true. But are you going to encourage bad behavior until that happens? God forbid. I hope that never happens. But I'm just saying, the guy's music is really good. Definitely, there's no problem with his music. There's no problem with his talent, but there's a problem with the behavior. And the behavioral problem stems from mental health. So, I think that while it is good that he's moving and consistently being creative, he cannot just basically be throwing rocks at people whenever he's on a decline and then escape. He cannot do that because that is not good for him. Even taking taking everyone out of this equation, that's not a healthy behavior for him, because every time he does this, it's only going to get worse for him personally. And then when you're on the outside looking in and say, oh, nothing is wrong with him, yeah, it's just talking about the system, and everyone sees things differently. And I don't see where Ye is just talking about the system. I see a man that is definitely unwell, who needs to be taking better care of himself. And then when he does that, he'll be able to put his thoughts out there better. And as such, I believe that even if he ruffles a few feathers, I believe at that point, once he is cognizant of the fact that he has said some stuff that is repulsive to a lot of people, and he comes back and he realized that, yes, he has said some repulsive stuff, I do believe that we will see the change if he strives for change. But if you push him towards enabling bad behavior, I don't think we're going to see that change. And he has that cult fan base that basically enables that bad behavior. We can, foster good behavior while not enabling bad behavior. But I'm going to keep you all up to date on whatever goes on, because I know that this listening party in Tokyo, Japan, it's not going to be the same as before, because he has offended everyone over again. And after a period of time, it's not going to even be anything personal. It's just that people are choosing wisely. Like, I don't want my energy to be associated with whatever he has going on currently. When he's good, I'll come back to him. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Let me know what's your take. While you're at it, thumbs up, share, subscribe. And I'm going to talk to you some more in the comment section. Peace.
So, a few people have been asking me, like, what did you think of the Kendrick halftime show? And I really loved the show. It was my favorite halftime show since, like, a Michael Jackson era, which I kind of just barely remember. I just be seeing clips of it. And it was super simple. The flag was fresh. And they did Be Humble, the way that people's heads was moving. But I was just like shook. This is like super fresh, right? The man's voice control, all that. And, of course, they built up the controversy on whether he's going to do the record. And then at the end, I saw people saying, like, this is the worst halftime show. And I'm just like, everybody I know I talk to in real life said this is the best halftime show. And so this is my point right here. When I say one man's in jail, one superstar, one black superstar is in jail. The next black superstar is on stage. They take one rapper to take another rapper down. You got to remember, watch this. It's like Drake was almost like the new generation R. Kelly. The way R. Kelly had the radio and the smash, all that type of stuff. And then the idea that was put out in the Kendrick song is what R. Kelly is actually locked up for. Now, this information is out here. This could be used, right? And, they give Kendrick everything. He wins everything. Then he does this amazing Super Bowl commercial. I mean, not commercial, I'm sorry. Forwarding slip, shout out, go to Yeezy.com. I didn't do that on purpose, bro. He does this amazing Super Bowl performance, and right after they say it's the worst Super Bowl, and I'm like, yo, this is what I've been saying. They use black people against each other, and when they're done with what their agenda is, they're going to kick you out. That's my perspective on it.